Hello guys, today we are going to start coding this application, this modern hospital management system. And when this application loads here, this is the first thing that you see, this home page here, and you can scroll down, you can see about us, our team, and our footer. And this is where we start coding, and we start from scratch. We'll go through with you everything that we build here. But for those people who never go through or never went through the first video, I just want to give them a quick explanation of this system before we continue. So this is the drawing that I drew in order to explain how the application will work. So our application, we have this front end here, and this will include things like modules, daisy loading pipes, guards, services, pagination, reactive forms, template forms, and it will have modules that will code because we'll assume that this application will scale in the future, and these different modules can be assigned to different teams of developers. So we'll build this using Angular and frontend, and we'll include Typescript because Typescript is already built in Angular. Then we'll have our backend here, and our backend will be responsible for things like CRUD operations, TypeScript, and we'll be building it using TypeScript and Nodejs, and also it will be a REST API. So we'll have our database here, and our database will be using Mssql or Microsoft SQL Server, and then we'll have these background services that will handle things like sending emails where relevant. Maybe when the treatment has been done to a patient, it should send an email telling the patient that they have received this treatment and the description of the treatment. And then this background services, also it will send an email report, and this report will include the patient that have been admitted maybe that day. And I will show you how to schedule the task that will go into the database, check for the patient that have been admitted that day, and then compile that report into a CSV file or Excel sheet document, and then send to the person relevant. It might be the manager of that hospital, or it might be a person who owns that hospital. So with that, I think I have explained what I wanted to explain here. So without much ado, if you haven't subscribed, kindly consider subscribing. And if you haven't liked this video, please like and turn on the notification bell. So without much ado, let's get into the tutorial. So before we start, I just want to show you how you can get beautiful design when you don't have anything like design on your mind and you want to code an application. Just come here in Google and then type Dribble. Maybe you know Dribble, or maybe you don't know about Dribble. And Dribble has a lot of great designs that you can use in your application. I do all the time to come and see great design here, and then you program. So in here you can scroll down and see different designs that you can use for your mobile application or website applications. So if we want to maybe code application that is for medical or maybe hospital, you can come here and look and maybe search for medical, and then it should show you some of the things that, or some of the designs that are related to medical. I just type hospital, and then let me see if we can get great designs. So let me see if it loads something that it can show us. So you can see things that you can get from here. You can look for these designs here, and I will show you a design that I used in this application here. So if you click on this design here and just look at it, you can see there are some design that I took from this design here. So if you check in this here, you can see there is some similarities in a way, and this is where I got these designs for the hospital. This is something that you should know and something that you should follow mostly if you are not such creative person, or you want to see other designs that you can use. So this is what I did, and I implemented it. You can see some similarities. So I just want us to start here, and then, or you coming here in a dribble, and then look for the design, and it will help you to improve on design and everything that you need to code. So now I just want us to start from scratch. So you can see here I have already built an empty application or Angular application that is blank, and you can see here we have generated, and there are these folders which are blank. This background services is blank, and this backend is blank. There's nothing that we have built in there, so they are just blank folder because we write everything from scratch so that you can understand. So another thing that I want us to include, because we'll be uploading this stuff to GitHub, I will create a file here and call this git ignore, and these are the things that I want our GitHub to ignore, or the things that we'll be uploading to GitHub to not to be included. So the first thing, I don't want this to be uploaded, and I don't want something like .env where our secret keys and something that are secret are being we will put it there, and I don't want to upload them there. Another thing is node modules, because they will be using some modules. So those are the things that I don't want to just upload to GitHub. So now we can come here and see this application here. If you know Angular, or you have worked with Angular, you know when you create an application, you generate the first application, it just comes with this default website here. And because we don't want it, we just come here and then remove everything, because we start from scratch. So Control A and then backspace to remove everything. So if you load now, you see that this application will be blank. It won't have anything. So you can see here. So I just want us to add text here so that we see if this application is working. So I'll just add a h1 tag here, a header. So I'll just say hello, and then let me save, just like that, and then let it load. And you can see this text here, hello. But you can see here we have a default margin and padding here, and we want to remove it because we don't want to have this margin here. It will look very ugly. So what I will do, I'll just come here in index HTML, and what you should do, you should come here and add a style tag here. So this style here, and then select everything. To select everything, you should add the asterisk there, and we should say margin to be 0 pixel to remove the default margin, and padding, it should be padding 0 pixels. So let's look for the difference or the changes that will be made. So when you load, you can see now there is no default margin or padding. The other thing that I want us to do is to include a font that we'll be using, and in this case we'll be using Google font. So I'll just come here and Google say Roboto, or we can say Roboto. I think Roboto is okay. So, and then I will just say Google font, just like that. So let's see. So let's see if we have this Roboto. I like this font, so you can add any font that you like. So let's see. So if you come here, you can see already have selected Roboto. So you can see here how to include them in your application. So the first thing that you can do, you can include this import in the style. So that's what we are going to do. So copy everything that is inside this style here, copy, and then paste here inside this style. inside here, import it just like that. And the other thing that we need to include here is the font now. So just scroll down and you can see things that you can include. So I think this one is popping, or let's see, yeah, this is popping. So let's use popping. Even popping is okay, it's a good font for me. So just copy it, yeah, and then come here and then add it here. So this means that everything in our application will take this font size by default. So let us save and you'll see the difference or changes that will be done. So this is our application, let it load. So let me load it. So you can see this font has changed. So now we just want to code. We need to have this here. So to start with, we need to add this background image here. So I had already gone to this Pixabay and looked for a picture that we can use. So to start with, you can come here and look for a picture that you want. They are free. So most of them are free and they don't have a copyright. So just come here, look for doctor and then search. So if you search here, you can see there are a lot of image. For me, I choose to use this image here, and in my download here, you can see I have included that image here. So what I'll do, I'll just drag it and paste in my asset here. Let's look for my asset. It is there. So you can see I have included that image here, this image there. So now another thing that I want to do is to generate the home page, this home page here. I want to generate this home page, this one, as a component because we'll be having different pages in our application. So what we'll do, just come here in your terminal, this terminal here, and navigate to the front end folder, and now we can generate a component, and this component we will call it we'll generate it in this folder called component or components, and then we'll call it homepage. Because this is the very first component that will be loaded when the application start. So now generate it, and after some time it should generate. For those people who are not very familiar with Angular, this command means that it is ng, that is means Angular generate, and this G, and then C means component, and now you can specify these components as a folder, and the name of that component should be homepage. If we don't have this component, it will just generate this homepage without including this component folder here. So let it generate, and then we start working from there. It shouldn't take a long time. So let's see what happened here. So we have a merge conflict on the path, this one here. So let's check for our application here and see if we have components, maybe. So let's see. I don't think we have it. So let's close these ones here, and I can't see the conflict inside here. So let's come here again and try to generate it again. So this time I'll just generate it without including the components. So I'll just say, or let me include, but this time I use capital C, and then components, and then home page, just like that, and see if they will be having this error here. So let's see. It should work by now. Yeah, so it generated this component here, and if you come inside here, you see we have home page. It should have a home page inside here that has been generated. So let's see. if we have it down here. Okay, I know what has happened and I'm really sorry for that. I'm generating in another project, and that project is this one here. That's why we are having this one here. So that's why we are having that that error of merge conflict. So what I will do, let's navigate to our project. So first, our project is in desktop, cd desktop, and then YouTube, and then hospital here, then clear out, and then let us generate here net component, and then components, and then homepage, just like that. So let it generate. It's not available when, okay, it should be in front end. So just like that, let's add this command there, and it should generate right now. So let's see what will happen. So now it has generated this home page here inside this component, and if you come here in your application and open it, you can see, you can look for the components folder. You can see we have this component folder here, and then inside this component we have this home page here. And now we can come inside here, and the first thing that we can add is any text. Let me create any text, or we can leave this text, there is no problem. So now what we need to do is to configure our routes. So just come here in this app routing modules, and now add here, we need to add routes here. So the first route that we need to add is our home. So we just say path here, and then our path should be this path here by default, and then our component, it should be component, and this component we should add our home page here, our home page, just like that. And now the other thing that you should do is to tell Angular to take the control of the routing part, and to do that you should come here in this app.component.html, and you should include here something called router outlet, yeah, Angular outlet, just like that. And now when you save this one here, just like that, it should come here and look for this default route here, and then it will just go to home page, because that's what you have included as the root page, or somewhere when the application start, it should load this component here. So after a while, you can see we have now our home page as our root router, or this is the first page that we load when we have our application load the first time. So now we should come here and start working on this home page here. We have this HTML, so we need to start coding here. And the first div I want to add here is our container, just like that. And then this container is the one that will be holding this image here, this image that you are seeing in the background. And to do that, what you need to do, you just come here in the CSS and style this container. So the first thing that I want to add is to add height to be 100 VH, and the width should be 100 VW, just like that. And then background, to add a background image, you can see we have this one here, and now we add URL for this image, and we can specify the route where we get this image. So we can just move outside these folders, and in our asset we can find this NAS image here. So there are things that you should do for it to work to style it correctly or to appear correct. Let me first of all save, and you see what will happen here. So you can see this image is not appearing as it is here. So there are things that we should do. The first thing that we should do there is to add background size. We have this background size here, and we should specify to be cover. And another thing is background position, and should give it center, just like that. And another thing, I think those are everything that we need by now. So let's load, and you can see now we have that image styled correctly or in the center, and it takes all the width. So now the other thing that we need, we have this here, I will call it header, and we have this here, I will call it a body. So let's come here, and now we can specify, we add here, inside here we will add a div, and I will call it header here, and our header will hold span, several span, and the first span will hold medical, and the second one healthcare. So medical here, and the other one, actually I'll give this a class of medical, there. So the other one is let me capitalize this M. The other one here should be healthcare. So this one I call span, and I give a class of healthcare, because I want to specify it. Healthcare here, can give a space there, and then healthcare. The other one is SLC, doctor. So span dot doctor there, and then we can add doctor there. The other one is span dot let's see, we have login, and then it's login here as the text. So we have included that there. So let's save and see how it will appear. So you can see here we have those divs here. So now we need to style it. First of all, we just come here in CSS and specify the header there, and then you can give it a margin of, let's say, 20 pixels, 20 or 50 pixels. Another thing that we can do here is to add display flex first of all, and because we need these two here, like this header and body, this one should be display flex, and then flex direction to be column, just like that. And then justify content or align items to be space between, or let's see if there's something like space or flex start, or okay, let me give it justify content and space between, just like that. So after we have given that margin, now we can start specifying, or we can start styling these different spans here. So the first span is this medical. So just come in my CSS here and then specify medical. So this is medical. Should give it a background color. This background color here should be blue. This blue will specify as this blue here. So 3, and then C4, and then CA, just like that. It should be that color. So we can just look for variation, or let's start by adding that. We can give a padding of 10 pixels, and then we can give a color of white, border radius should be 10 pixels. And another thing that I want to add is margin. Let's say we have 20 pixels. And again, let me see how first of all it will look like. So we have this medical, but that color is not the one that I want. So let me confirm the color that we'll be using. So this one, we need this 1344 FF. So it is let's add here 1344F, just like that, or it is 1344FF, 2 Fs, just like that. That's okay. So now let's see. Yeah, just like that. And then now we can specify the other spans here. So let's come here. So the other one is for the healthcare. So let's come here. Let's add here healthcare, and we'll take almost everything that we have added here, just like that. Copy, and this time, because we need to just have a border, we'll add a border. This border will give it 2 pixels or 1 pixel, and then give it solid, and we give the color of this type. So let's see how it will look like. So you can see, so the color, I think we can remove now this color here, and then now it will be okay. So after that, we can add this to login or not login. We have doctor span here, and now this one will just copy everything here. Just copy it and paste it inside here, and the other one is login. So just take login, but in our login, just because it should have a background color of this blue, just copy everything here. But what we'll do is just remove this here, this border radius here, and this one, because we want it to be clickable, we just say cursor pointer, just like that, and then that's now okay. So we have this. I know it is almost looking like this, and maybe I can come here and reduce the padding and give a padding of 5 pixels, 5 pixels, 5 pixel, 5 pixel, and 5 pixel here. So this one is 5 pixel, and this one here also is 5 pixel. So I think that would be okay. So I think that's okay. I won't do it so much there. You know, you can tweak it until it will be like this one here. So it's okay. We can do that. We can leave it at that. And then the other thing is our body. Remember, the body is just down here, this one here. So I'll just add another div. So inside here we have another div, and this one I will call it a body. You can call it anything that you want, or you can give it a class that you want. So the first class here, or the first thing that you should add here, is this one. You can call it, I can give it a div of, or we can even add this as h2, and I'll just copy everything here in this text. Let's just copy here. The other thing is now our customers here, this one here, and I can copy it, and this time I can give it a h3 or a h1 even. You can add as a h1, h1 here, and now we have this here, this div here, and we can call it a div.logo, something of the sort, and we should hold span, and then the name, this is vegan medics. So copy it here and paste it inside here. So that's all. Now we need to style. First of all, let's see how it will look like. So you can see it is here. So the first thing that we need to do, just come here in CSS, and in our body, we can style in our body here. First thing that we should do is to say display flex, and then justify content. It should be space between. On the other thing that we can do is to add align items and center, because we want it to be aligned at the center. Now let's see what it will just look like. So, and then I need to give a margin bottom, to add a margin bottom there, and we can specify 20%. So let's see, that's it's above, so let's give it 10%. I think that would be okay. 10%, yeah, that's there, it is okay. So now what we'll do, we'll just give a margin of, let's say, 30 pixels, and now we can start styling different text here, like this h1 or h2. You can specify the body and then h2, and you can give it a width of, let's say, 200 pixel or 300. Let me give it a pixel of 300. So just like that, and then again I need to give this margin bottom, let's give it a 15 pixels. So let's see how it look like. So another thing is that I can add the font size here. So let's give a font size of 25 pixel, or let me add 35 pixel, and font weight to be bold. And again, another thing that we can add is the color. So I don't want to be a very dark black, so let's add that color, and then see how this text will look like. So actually this looks nice. I'll just leave at that. So the other thing that we add is this h1 here. So let's specify this dot body and then h1, and here we can give font size. Let this font size be around 40 pixels. The same, it should be having a color of, let's say, that dark color. And then the other thing we should add here, we should add font weight to be bold also, and I think that's okay. Let's see, yeah, that's okay. And then let's now specify this here, just logo. So we can just say logo, and then we can give a background color to be like that blue, and then a padding can be of padding 50 pixels. A color should be color of white, and again we can give a font size. Font size should be 30 pixels, something of the sort, and let's see how it will look like. So you can see we have that background, or we have this page here. So without ado, we can continue to just style this about here. But first of all, what I can do, I can just play with this a little bit. You can give them a width. So let's come here and maybe let's give them a width of 150 pixels. Let me copy this to paste it. Okay, let me paste it here and see. First of all, let me see how it looks like. So I think it has not added the width, so let's give it 200 and see how it will look like. So it is not giving me what I want. So for now, let me specify. First of all, let me copy this, and in our login here, let me specify it. And I don't want to dwell here so much because we have other things we can do. So let's leave it at that. You can just come here and play with it. So the other thing is our about page here. This our about page. So down here in our home page, we will include our about us. So div.aboutus, about us, yeah. And the first thing that we should do is to include this about us text, this signage here, and our about us. And the first thing that we can add here, we can say about us, and then we should have an image here, yeah. So we don't have that signage image for now. And then we'll have this span here, and this span we just copy everything here, just like that. Let's paste it there. So let's add this here. So I think that's now okay. Let's first of all look for an signage image, or this signage image with a needle. So let's come here and we can just check for a signage. You can just type a signage or a needle, medical needle, just like that, and see what will be the results. So you can see different needles. For now, let me include this one. I think this one is okay, or it's good. So I think that one will be okay. So I can choose if there's any other that I see it works correct. So let me take this one. Let me take this one here and include it. So let me copy, let me download it. So now it's okay. Now you can just come here, take it, drag it into assets. So let's come here, see where the assets are, and then paste it there. So we are here in our about home page here. So what we'll do is just now try to access it. We need to move several folder up, and then inside our assets, and then signage. So let's see how it will appear first. So let's come here. You can see we have this signage here. It's very big. So let's give it some height and some height. So height, we can give it 200 pixel or 300 pixel, just like that. And then width, we can give a width of 200 pixel, just like that, and then see how it looks. So it's giving me this one here. And first of all, let me complete everything here, and then I will go back to styling this needle. So about us, so copy this class here, and we want to style it. So come here or go to the CSS. So in our CSS, you can specify, you can specify this class here, and we need to give it a display of Rex, and then align items center, justify content, space between, just like that. Let's see how it looks now. So you can see how it looks like. So we can give it space evenly, just like that, and let's see the difference. So what we'll do, I'll just take that span, so about us, and then the span here. So I will give it a width of, let's say 200 pixels or 300 pixels, and a background color of this blue there, color to be of white, this one here. And another thing that I want to add is I need to give a border radius of 10 pixels, and then padding, it should have a padding of maybe 30 pixels. So let's see how it will look like. So now you can see this change, and then I want to give a margin. We can give a margin of 50 pixels, just like that. So let it load. You can see now we have this margin here. Let me specify this about us. So about us head, or H, I think it is H1. Let me confirm it. Yeah, it is H1. Yeah, about us. And the thing, I need to add a color. This time the color should be this blue, and font size, you can give a font size of 45 pixels. Another thing that I can add is font weight. You can give it 900, just like that. So let's see how it looks now. So you can add the font size to be 75, so that it is big enough. So you can see it is there. So I need to correct this image here. I just want to remove the background for this image here, and then we can work with it, because as per now it doesn't look like this one here. So when you want to remove the background for the image, you can come here and look for this website called remove.pj, and then come here and specify the image that you want to remove the background. Now it's this one here in the download. Open it. See, it is free, so you can just remove the background and then download. So we have downloaded that. Now we need to drag it to our asset here. So this one here, they have specified that they have removed the background. So now come here, and then inside our asset we have that image now. So if you come here now, we need to specify this one that we have removed the background. So you can see this one there. So let's see how it looks now. So you can see there's some change, and now we need to add some background or contain image, and then we specify in order for it to look a little bit good or great. So let's come here, and to specify the image we need to do about us and then image, and we can say object cover. We can give contain. Let's see if that will change this behavior here. So you can see it has changed the behavior, and now we can add things like height here, or we can remove height here and add them in the CSS. So remove that height here. Let's do all styling in the CSS. So in our CSS here we can add height, and height we can give it a height of 300 pixels and a width of 100 pixels, just like that, and then I think that will be okay. So I think that's okay. I don't want to add anything else there. So the other part, if you come here, is our theme, because we have our theme here. So we come here down and add a div of our theme. So we give div.theme here. So the first thing that we should have is this header here, our theme. So come here, add .div or header, and we can call it, we can give it a h1, and we can say our theme. Just let's capitalize it for this time. So to style it, you can just come here in CSS and then can add head, or we can add this theme, and then we can say display flex. Let me scroll a little bit. So display flex, and then we can say flex direction column. And now let's specify the head or header. I think it's header. Now first of all, let me confirm I have forgotten what I called it. So at this time I'll just specify, or let me call theme header, because I think we have another header in our above here. So let me copy this here and then add it in our CSS here. You can specify it here or select it there, and then you can say display flex and flex direction, or justify content center and align items center, and this is to center it. So we want it to be at the center. So let's see if it has been centered. Now you can see here it has been centered. Another thing that we can specify is font size. Font size, let it be 50 or 70 pixels, and a color of this dark here, not that black. So that's okay, I think. And let's see, it's very big, so we can give it a 40 as the font size. So yeah, I think that's also very large, so 30 pixels. So after that, now we can add these containers. This one, we call them theme containers. This one, this one, this one, and this one. So what we'll do, just come here, and now the other thing that we should do, we call them div.theme container, just that. And now inside here we can add different divs that now hold this one here, this image and then description. So let me add this as, let's say, theme item, just like that. You can use any convection that you need, and every theme item should contain an image, and also it should have a text. So let me first of all add text. I'll just copy it here. You can see it is the same here because it's just a dummy information. So there. So let me add it here. So just like that, and then because there are 4, I just need to copy this item up to here, and then let's copy and paste again and paste again. So we need to have these images for doctors here. So just come to Pixabay and look for doctor doctor pictures or doctor's picture. So let's look for doctor pictures. So we need to add like this one here. You can copy the image address and then specify it here. And another one, you can take which one? You can take this one also, copy image address, specify it here. Another one that we should add is you can look for other one. You can take this, copy image address, paste it here. And another one, the last one. So let's look for another one. That's look great. You can even take this one, copy image address, here, this one here. So you can add it there. So now we need to style them because I know now it looks very ugly. So first thing that we do, just specify. We have this theme here, theme container. Start with this theme container here to style it. So copy it, and here we can add that class. Can say display flex, and then flex direction to be we just want to give a flex wrap. First of all, a flex wrap, because I just want them to wrap, and to wrap this means that I need, if they are displayed flex and there is another image that cannot fit on this space here, it will just automatically come down the other image here. So they will start here as, if there is no space here, they will just wrap down here. So that's the meaning. So let me add it here, flex wrap. And then the other thing that I want is to add align items to be center. So the other thing that I have left is now, want to style is this item, theme item. So I'll just select it. So theme item here, and then I'll give height of, let me say 300 pixels, and a width of 100 pixels, or maybe width can be, you can give it 400 pixels, and also the height to be 400 pixels, just like that. And then this one should be display flex, and then flex direction to be column, and align items center, just like that. And again, now we need to specify dot theme item here, and this time we want to select image inside that div, and we can give a height of, let's say 200 pixels, and width of 200 pixels, also 200 pixels. And another thing is you can say object fit cover, and border radius should be 50%, and this is to circle, to make like a circle. So let's see how it looks. So you can see we have this style here, and I'll just add these sizes here. You can give 500 and this 500, and a margin here you can specify a margin of, let's say 50 pixels, and let's see how it looks. So you can add here, because we want our image to be a little bit bigger, so to 50, and then see how it looks. So this one I think is okay. This is our theme now here. And another thing that we can specify is our text here. This one we can just say dot our theme and image dot item and then span, and our width we can give a width of, let's say, 300 pixels or even 400. That will be okay in order to style it correctly. So let's see. Yeah, this one is okay, and we can give the margin to be having a margin of, let's say, that pixels 20 I think it's okay, 20 pixels. Yeah, that's looks nice. So I won't style so much there, and actually I want to add the space here, or we can add the height of this about us section here. So let's come here in our about us. So about us is above here, and then give a width of 50 VH. No, height, this one should be height. Yeah, just like that, and then let's see, because I don't want to be a very small section, we can add the height to be 50, or we can say 70, so that it takes a larger area. So you can see, yeah, just like that, it looks nice. And now the last part here is this this footer here. You have to have this footer here down here. So let's add a div of footer. So let's see here, down here we can have footer. So you have to have this dot footer. So we have, okay, I'm doing a mistake here. So dot footer, and then now we can specify, we have this here, this logo here, and we have this copyright stuff here. So we have a h1, and then I need to copy this text here. Let's copy it and paste it there, and we need to have this here as a span. So let me add it here as a span, then paste that here. But here we need to have, to create that symbol for copyright, we need to add this sign here, and then copy, and then that semicolon. That's how you build that copyright sign. So I give this div here, give div and call it footer item, because I just want to style them to be in the center. So copy everything here like that, and then specify here or paste it there. So that's all that I want there. Now the only thing that we have left with is to style. So let's add here dot footer, and then we can give a height of, let's say, 40 or 50 VH, and background color. Yeah, background color here, you can give a background color of this color here. It's almost gray, so C, and then 3, C4, and then CA, like that. So you can give it a height, and then width can be 100%, just like that. Let me add the percentage there. So let's see, and then first of all, okay, now let's see how it will look like. So let's come down here. You can see we have this here. So we have another div inside it, is footer item here. So copy it and then add it here, specify it here, and then you can say display flex, and then align items center, and then justify content center, because we want to center it. And let's give a width of, let's say 50 or 50%, or let's say 70%. So let's load it and see how it will look like. So it's okay. Give it a margin. Okay, let me say add it a margin of something, or margin top, can give a margin top of, let's say 100 pixels or 150 pixels. So let's see. So no, it should be actually I think it should be here. Okay, let me first of all see how I can style it. So I'll just type this one here. So let's see, here we have this again. So I'll just give margin to this individual text. So I'll just do footer item and then h1, and then let's paste it here, like a margin of, let's say 150 or 100 pixels, and let's see if that will work. Yeah, that's okay. We can give a height of 150, and because I have said that they should align center, that's why you see I'm not even, or it's not even necessary to start this text here, because it will work by default, because they should align center, that is. So the other thing that I want to specify here is the font size. So the font size can be 50 pixels, and font weight should be font weight of bold, and a color. Now I can have a color of, let's say this not very dark color, just like that, and then see. Okay, I can reduce the font to be 40 or 30, and then I can give you even the width of, let's say 200 pixels. Just let's see. So that's okay actually, and let me add this to be 40, or to be 40, just like that. Let's see. So it should be okay. So I think I'll just remove this font to be that. I think that would be okay. So just like that, and then I'll just bold this text here, and I can specify using footer item, and then it is span, and come here, and then I can say font weight, let it be specified as 900, just like that. So let's see. So you can see now we have this here, we have this text here and this text. So let's scroll up and see how it looks. I think we have specified this home page here. We have created the home page. I don't want this tutorial to be very long, and I just want us to end here, and we just look the other things like class model for login in the next video. So stay tuned. You already know what is coming. If you haven't liked this video, like and comment, and then we see each other in the next video. Have a great day.